Listen, if form says anything, the Doggies were great for 60 minutes against the South Sydney side last week. Were run down in the last 20 minutes of that game, but they're much better. There they are. Two players that look like they're going to go at it. I had the Doggies forward pack stick up for Burton, playing his 50th game. He's already had 16 force line dropouts, 11 try assists, wonderful player. I don't think Big Tino will be too worried about the Doggies.
Had him in a headlock 11 days ago. As Dane Gagai went head-to-head with Burton, who's the milestone man today. Game number 50 in the NRL. What an impact he's made in those first 50 games, the 22-year-old. We've set it up. Showdown time. And Tavita Pangai Jr. will be an interesting third man in, perhaps. Off the bench today. So the Titans, through Tino, will hit it up first. And he's public enemy number one, Fasua Malaawi here in Parramatta. There's Fodawaker. So impressive. 179 metres in just 56 minutes last week. Second hit up for Fasua Malaawi. There's Isaac Liu, the other middle forward, starting for the visitors. Fodawaker, 2 hit-ups from him as well, so it's all one-out stuff for the middles on the opening set for Justin Holbrook's side. And here's Sexton to finish off a decent first upset. Down to Adokar. Great to see him back. We thought last week when he limped off that he might be done for a lengthy period.
I reckon they would have worked it out too. That was a good first set there from the Titans, just taking him on. Big Tino with a couple of hit-ups. Adokar will be a target there with any sort of injury. I'm sure they'll go to him every chance they get.
Shop getting an early touch there, and the number 19 jumper playing inside of Adokar at left centre in the reshuffle, with Amarillo out of the equation for 1 week after impressing in that full-back role in recent times. Ball playing now for Burton and Vitala Mariner, who replaced Pangai Jr. in the starting lineup. So good field position here. A little glance towards Burton, who's got that weapon of a left boot and just hangs it up for the chasers. Adokar trying to get there, bats it back. Chance here for Vaughan. Try scorer last week. Challenge is the cry here early from Kyle Flanagan.
Well, Kyle Flanagan is appealing, saying that he was taken out, and he was. Fasua Malaawi it was that clashed as he was trying to chase through.
Jerry, captain's challenge. Canterbury are challenging the offside kick chase ruling against them. I've got Paul Vaughan. Just whether he's offside on the kick chase.
He's right on Vaughan. So chicken and egg stuff here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Paul Vaughan is offside on the kick.
That's an escort. So what happens
However,
first?
there is an escort from Tino Fasua Malaawi. The challenge is successful.
So the other thing too is, did Vaughan come within the 10 metres? I know he's offside to start with.
Yeah, I know, but what am I supposed to do? Well, you've escorted him off, so it'll be a penalty against your team, Tino. Yeah. Okay. Well, just wait a sec. Whereabouts, Wade?
It's not a bad challenge there from the young fellow who knew straight away what was going on in Kyle Flanagan.
Very smart player, isn't he? Footy IQ.
He's clever.
Going for 2, team. Going for 2.
Ooh, gee. I suppose they want to get on the board early here. It's kickable.
Just talk about the motivation today for these players. Block, they're lowly on the ladder, but there's a lot on the line.
Well, you want to avoid that wooden spoon at all costs. I suppose it's just bigger goal as making the top 8 or the top 4. You don't want that wooden spoon. If the Bulldogs can win here this afternoon, they'll go at least 4 points ahead of the Titans. So desperation from both sides. Good start from the forward pack of the Titans. You want to hope that They want to keep that up. They had a much improved effort last week against the Brisbane Broncos. Not much in that game, so both sides show a little bit of form. Looks like the Bulldogs will try and take the first 2 points.
So his kick led to the penalty after the captain's challenge. Going at around 72% throughout his young career. And in game number 50, Matt Burton opens the scoring today. It's the Bulldogs with an early 2-0 lead as we check in with Jake Duke on the sideline.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen. How good is it to see some sunshine in Sydney? The ground nice and dry, great conditions for some Sunday Arvo footy. The Dogs, as you mentioned, they're trying to get away from the Titans on the ladder. A win today would allow them to jump the Knights and the Warriors into 12th spot. And of course, for the Titans, they have struggled of recent, and they've struggled on the road. They are the only team in the NRL this year to not register an away victory. In fact, the last time they actually won outside of Queensland was round 16 last year against Canberra, so they'll be trying to turn that around today. Plenty of pride on the line.
Herbert with kickoff duties and gives it plenty of hang time. The sun a bit of an issue as well for Flanagan, who gives it to Vaughan, who dodged a bullet after the penalty was going to be given against him just moments ago. Strong running up the middle. Max King, the former Storm man. Burton throws the dummy and he's straight through. Looking for support. Here comes the Fox. And he is flying. No damage done at all last week. Addo Carr on the board. And aren't the Bulldogs entertainers again in retro round?
Well, he's already had 11 try assists for the season, Matt Burton. He backs himself. That's his 12th. Goes straight to 12 try assists in this game. Just watch the way Addo Carr positions himself. He's on the outside. Cuts back on the inside. As soon as he got the ball, you could tell it's going to be a try. Just watch him here on the outside. Cuts back in. Draws the fullback. Once Addo Carr gets the ball, it's 9-9 from there. He sprints away to score the try. What a start from the Bulldogs.
Went off with that glute issue last week, but he has activated the glutes today. The Fox, the scamper and put down to end a 3-game trialist drought and make it 114 throughout his career. What a luxury for Burton to just say, I know he's going to be there and I know no one will touch him, despite the desperation from Herbert.
I've always loved big-sized 5'8". You look right back to Daly, Fittler, Lewis, those sort of guys, Trent Barrett. This guy's the same sort of player. Burton, big man, decides to show and go, goes straight through. And Addo Carr just sniffs it out, runs away to score. What an opening from the Dogs.
And makes it 4 straight games in which he scored against this opposition. 6 in those 4 games in total. Played at left centre in the Origin decider, Matt Burton, and they didn't get him a whole lot of ball in the last quarter of that game. Showed how damaging he can be when you get in the footy. And strokes another 2 points over. They're off to a flyer here, going at better than a point a minute in the opening stages.
Yeah, Matt Burton in game 50 splits the Titans open. What a start to this game for him. Straight through there, hasn't bamboozled it, and he finds his man Josh Addo Carr, the guy he has such a good combination with. He has a little bit of the glute problem, as you mentioned, guys. He also woke up the next day after that glute injury and had an ankle issue as well that he wasn't quite sure where he picked up in the game. So he had to overcome that. Showed no signs of those 2 injuries there as he sped up behind Matt Burton to give the Dogs their first try of this game.
Ben Cummins turning a blind eye to offside from the kickoff there, giving the Titans a bit of a break after Isaac Liu jumped the gun right in front of him. Told him to hold on that next play. These Bulldogs fans are liking what they're seeing from their team. In the last month or so, Justin Holbrook was worried about the offloads in the second phase they've been getting. 16 offloads a week over the past month. A clear #1 in the NRL. There's another one right on cue. And Marshall King
Here, boys, here. Make it.
He's taken down. Now Vaughan up towards that 30-metre line. He's got the arm free. Who wants it? Looking so dangerous here, the Dogs. Tyler Mariner on the final play. Can he keep it alive? The ball well wrapped up by Beau Fermor. Very important work.
For Talent Mariner, he's a good ball runner on that left-hand side. He's got a great combination too. And you'll see it in this game with Matt Burton. They've got them where they want them. 3 metres out from their line, the Titans roll the sleeves up with some tough stuff here.
Winger in just his second game, Jojo Fafita. 186 metres on debut against the Broncos, including 5 tackle busts. He's been earmarked for a while and getting an opportunity now. What an atmosphere. He's in the Coliseum today, isn't he? Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. There's great energy from the Dogs fans. And here's a bonus for the Titans late in the count.
10 metres.
Josh Jackson's side was all up offside.
Fa'asuamaleaui really trying to take it to the Bulldogs pack. Already 3 or 4 carries straight away to start this game. Fafita with 0 so far. Even in the back end of the field, if you're a big bloke like that, you need to put your hand up. Don't try and hold the line there. Get in and have a carry, especially at the start of the game. You get yourself involved in the game early, and it really helps.
Chance for the team on a 7-game losing streak to hit back here. Off the back of that penalty, and they get some ball to Fafita. Switched to the left edge last week. Beau Fermor, who's played in that position all year, went to the right, and here he comes, and he got a little clunky with Sexton.
That's a knock on.
Touch judge Casey Badger had the best view, and they said it was all above board. Little no-looker from Liu to Tino. And they've still got numbers left if they want to keep going that way. Sexton for Isaac Liu. Great one-on-one contact there from King defensively. Little kick in behind. Chance for the Titans, and they convert. This time it's Sexton getting on the end of things. He set one up for Boyd last week, and now he's on the end of things.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch there from dummy half. A little grubber kick through. Sexton just sprinted onto the ball. That looks like a clash. The ball went free into Burton, but anyway, it's play on. The grubber kick from dummy half. Playing out of position. Declan Casey playing fullback here this afternoon. Just got caught out a little bit. And they would know that. The teams do their homework so well. Sexton gets the first try for the Titans.
Beautiful kick from Aaron Booth. When a number 9 has that ability, it brings a new element to your team, and it allows Sexton to score just his 3rd career try after starting every game in that number 7 jumper this season.
It's a little bit of a worry for the Bulldogs defence too on the back of a penalty. They had the Titans caught in their own half. They were struggling. They got a penalty, got up the other end. Had a little bit of luck that knock-on wasn't called, but anyway, it's play on. As you mentioned, a beautiful grubber kick from dummy half.
Don't want to disagree with you, Blocky, but I don't think it was a knock-on. I think Beau Fermor grabbed that clean and held it throughout. I don't think there's any bobble, so the referees did well to call it correct, I think.
I've been wrong heaps of times before.
Sexton adds 2 more, and it's a 2-point ball game. And that's the first career try assist for this guy. The 26-year-old Aaron Booth, who's had to be patient, waiting for an opportunity after 6 games for the Storm over the past couple of years. It's just his 2nd game as a Titan, and Holbrook is delighted with that touch.
Yeah, beautifully weighted out of dummy half. Such an advantage too, because everyone's on side. You don't pass back to kick when dummy halves can do that sort of thing. It's a good response there from the Titans.
You know where it's headed. And this time his ball playing puts the little man under the pump. And tackle 10 out was Brimson. Saw Mala'awi on play 2, thought about the offload.
Release Jeremy. Now, right here, come on, make it. That's it,
Joint
Josh.
bottom with the Tigers, who play in the next game. The Gold Coast Titans. There is Fermor.
And now, Marcus. Oh, here, wait.
And Herbert. No tries this season, just one try assist. It's been slim pickings out on that right edge. Ball bounces. No Bulldogs able to get to it. Now Vaughan just launching with intent. They came his way and able to tidy up for the Dogs. Another offload. Oh, Adokar chanced his arm trying to get Waddell away on the outside. And the referee spotted a double knock on here.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, Vaughan was just there minding his own business, waiting for a couple of plays at the back end. Here's the first knock on. Adokar offloading the football to Waddell early. Just bounced off his shoulder. There's the first knock on. They couldn't clean it up or pick it up cleanly. The Titans, they'll get the football back now.
And all the hands on heads in the background as the kids watched Waddell cough that one up. First incomplete set for either side. And another opportunity for the Titans, trying to turn this one around in the first quarter of the game.
Hold! Release Max. Here. Wait. Go one.
Booth goes to Fodawaker this time.
Pull now, straight there.
Bulldogs defence under pressure. Brimson to Fermor. Trying to wedge him towards that touchline, but he shows great strength to stay where he wanted.
Wait, locked in.
Set up for a big shift to the left-hand side. Mala'awi straightens.
Make it here, Corey. Right, Corey.
Sexton on the left-hand side. Receives from Liu. Created the overlap. Lovely hands from Boyd. Philip Sami is just short.
It's a great tackle from Kyle Flanagan.
Sexton now dropping it over the top. Rolls reversed as he looked for Booth. And Tino Fasua-Mala'awi spilt the chocolates when a try was beckoning.
And a knock on, we got
Yeah,
a
I think
scrum.
he was quite surprised there. The ball come to him that quickly. Fasua-Mala'awi couldn't clean up. Clumsy hands from both sides over the last couple of sets. There's a tackle from Kyle Flanagan. Just kept alive, back on the inside. Crossfield kick. Should have made something of that. The bounce of the ball didn't favour Big Tino. It had been over. He's laughing about it now.
Just hold it there with your touch, Sarge.
He might have been thinking about what kind of celebration he was going to come up with in hostile territory here if he had tidied that up and scored
AJ, bind in.
right under the black dot.
Hard right.
So they get away with one there, the Dogs. Forced offload from Burns, and it works out just fine. Adokar comes back inboard as Thompson got in his eye line. The former Bulldog who debuted back in 2014, played 35 games in all in the blue and white, with Corey Thompson. Marshall King, and it's inside the 40, so he was signalling set restart. It becomes a penalty from Ben Cummins.
Tell you what, they don't mind that style of footy. The Bulldogs throwing it around. Already a few offloads to start the game. So put them in good field position again. They had to hang on up the other end of the field. It looked like the Titans were not going to score their second try, but Tino had knocked on. Let's see what the Doggies have got. They won't die wondering. I like the way they keep the ball moving.
Yeah, 10 left. Here we go. Here we go. Hold here. Wait for it.
Hard meters for Vaughan. Now King. And they're in position to put a pet play on.
Marcus.
Burton moves into position. Receives now. Little no-looker. Tyler Mariner! Stretched out. Ben Cummins had a great view, and I don't think there's much joy here for the number 17. Or is there?
Tackle 3. I have no try.
Ooh, it's the put down that they're going to look at.
Can you please confirm that that's the case, or if there's hands in there?
Saying that they've got a great combination, these two. Faitara Mariner gets over the top here. Does he get enough?
So we're going to see if
Sure.
Raymond
Oh, it's knocked out on the way
drops
down.
the ball. He loses the ball short of the line.
Can you see what happens?
It's knocked out by Fermor.
But you're allowed to in a scoring situation. So Ben Cummins immediately said to Jared Sutton to try and clarify the ruling from the bunker there.
No, just short, mate. Okay, we've still got to knock on short of the goal line. We've got a scrum. Scrum here. Where do you want it? We're going to go to the
Ben
middle.
Cummins just finding his voice again there, Block, after the...
A little bit of popsy squeak there.
Big gulp from Ben, and he's ready to go again. So that's the difference between a 20-metre tap and a 10-metre scrum, of course, whether it was knocked on in the field of play or in the end goal. And that's what they were just clarifying.
It's had a fair bit of footy in this game too. Both sides scored one apiece and had the opportunity to score another.
He's got a sore throat, Ben Cummins. Did he pass his COVID test today, Block? You reckon?
Give him some throaties. I shan't be shouting.
Don't forget, after this game, the West Tigers will take on the Cowboys up in North Queensland, who have their origin stars back, rested last week by Todd Payton, but a lot of them back in for that game against the Tigers, all coming up next on Fox League.
300 games of James Tamu too in the front row. It's a wonderful effort, ought to be celebrated.
Short side, but no room to move for Fermor and company. Good competitive clash here so far. Kick from Sexton was difficult. It made it look easy. Did Carraz, the 20-year-old who's already caught the eye in his first 9 games in the senior side. There's Burns looking for work. He had the long-term hamstring injury as well, returned last week against the Rabbitohs, his former team, who he did that injury against earlier in the campaign. Marshall King taking metres, up over halfway. Saul Mala'awi called out of it, not square at marker and not involved in the tackle, so they get to the last. Burton. Plenty of time for Adokar. Eyes on the footy. And the challenge off the hands of who? Set restart for the Dogs. And they're setting up for a play on the right-hand side now. They've got them shot to bits if they go early. And they're going left instead for Adokar at first receiver. And they missed the trick there.
And that's where you need your halves to take control. Have a look.
Now Flanagan trying to fend off Booth, who's stuck to the task, importantly. Tenacious stuff from the number 9. And now the dummy! And over from dummy half. They're going to miss him, aren't they? Jeremy Marshall-King, when he becomes a Dolphin in 2023. But that was elite work from the number 9.
Yeah, they got the repeat set that they needed. It's a good run around of dummy half, isn't he, Marshall-King? Sums it up, throws the dummy over to the left-hand side and just scoots under. Scores the try. This is all from the repeat set. Burton's boot. Knocked back. They're unlucky not to score there. That was great cover defence there and scramble from the Titans. But here's the show and go. Inside shoulder. Marshall King goes over.
They just checked if there was any interference from the man who played the ball and whether that created an obstruction that I think Tino Fasa'a-Mala'awi is still complaining about. But it is confirmed, as you saw from Jared Sutton in the bunker. Matt Burton will be able to convert this try and restore the Bulldogs' 8-point lead, and they've still got this guy in reserve.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'd be putting him on after 20 minutes anyway. Give him a little bit of a taste. Surely can work for 20 minutes and work into that half time, have another rest, and away he goes in the second half. Big Pangai Jr. 41 offloads this season. He's the #1 man.
By a mile.
He can offload the football, standing in tackles. I'll get him out there now. 14-6. Need some more points, I'd put him out.
Sydney sunshine. It might just develop into a shootout here at CommBank Stadium. Marshall King's try gives the Bulldogs that 14-6 lead, and there's Flanagan's work. And Booth was complaining immediately there. Blocker, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I reckon he slipped over. I think he made it look a little bit worse than what it was. All from the repeat set there through Matt Burton's boot. Doggies are in again.
Take us into the mind of Fasaur Malawi being public enemy #1 blocker. Did you ever experience anything like this, being booed with every touch?
Booed from Santa Claus. What are you talking about?
Was it more so in England where you became public enemy #1 block, or a few rounds around Sydney?
I played with Les Boyd over in England, so I was lucky I had him. They picked on him a bit more than me.
These Bulldogs fans have not missed him today, each and every touch. Now Burton. Shop taking the line on. His 26th game in first grade today. King just spinning his way through.
Tell you what, it's been good. Vaughan and King. Vaughan's already run for 80 metres, having a field day.
Shot. Sideline looms, and they bury him. Great work. Fermor and Thompson.
Where do you want it?
You can see Shop just trying to get his balance to head back in field, but
Play the ball in the
they
middle.
held him up. That's good defence. Trying to get down the outside of his men. That's a good play there from the Titans. It's a big play. It's a bit of a badge of honour getting booed. I reckon they'll be cheering by the end of the day. He's already run for 63 metres. Fasaur Malawi.
You reckon the Dogs fans will be cheering him?
Sorry?
You reckon the Dogs fans will be
Yeah,
cheering
at the end of the day, mate, he'll have a blinder for sure. With a badge of honour.
Give him space. Hold it, Raymond. Wait. Go to Max.
Here he is again. And running right over Josh Jackson almost. Bring some quick hands for Herbert.
Here, boys. Here.
Fasaur Malawi again. He's not shying away from it. Second hit up on this set.
Hold here.
Sets them up 30 out. More complaints. It's a running battle, and he's alleging an eye gouge, is he? And that's why Ben Cummins says this is serious.
Just wait there, Zeno. Wait there. Yeah. He's accusing that he's scraping across the eyes, mate. We're taking a Tino, we've got him, mate. Look at it. Hey, back off. We're taking back, Josh. Yep.
That's Corey Waddell, whose hand was around the eyes.
That's the middle. Yep.
I don't think he's trying to eye gouge him there as such. He's trying to dig his finger in
Walk
there.
away. Tino,
But
take
it's
him
bad.
back,
It's a bad look.
I don't need you, Raymond. Okay. You've been around the face. Around the face. It's on report. And a penalty will go against you. Don't go there. Just wait there, mate. Tino.
So not quite the headlock that Tino had Burton in Origin, more a face
It's
massage.
been reviewed. You've got the penalty. And he's
It's a
on
bad
report.
look.
Just wait there.
Trying to around the eyes. Not a good place to start.
And he was about to play it on the last there, Tino Fasaur Malawi, that he alerted the referee to what went on and gets his team a fresh set and has them 10 out here. Sexton Set up Boyd. Flanagan had a great read on him.
Well done.
Isaac Liu. Sexton saying we want to go left. And then comes right. And it doesn't get past Fodawaker, but there's another set restart here. Bulldogs defence absorbing plenty of pressure. Bo Fermor, a regular try scorer. 5 this season. Not a bad strike rate for an edge back rower. Addo-Carr was onside. Who wants him in the foot race? Thompson trying to get him from the clouds. Jojo Fafita, great effort. But Addo-Carr gets there, and he's got a double. And the celebration is sublime.
Gee, he can sniff out a try, can't he? Addo-Carr. Just a little bit of indecision in that set there from the Titans. He summed it up. Got great anticipation. I suppose the only question was he onside? Ooh. It's right on the goal line, but what a chase there from young Fafita on the other side of the field. But Addo-Carr just pins the ears back. What about this for a celebration? Had the ball cleared the ruck there. I've got my doubts. Anyway.
Yeah, so clearing the ruck block, when does the ball clear the ruck? When the dummy half gets his hands on it? When he passes it? What's the trigger for Addo-Carr to leave, do you think?
Well, I think it's when it's in their hands, when they're ready to pass the ball from the dummy half. But it's always so hard to tell from that position because you're on the goal line. They're only a metre out from your line. The ball went in between the bloke playing the ball with his foot on the ball. As soon as it rolls into that ruck, I suppose you're allowed just to take off. He's that quick, it's hard to tell. But anyway, it was spectacular. Give it to him.
So often when that kind of intercept happens, it is immediately a penalty blown by the referee because of what you're talking about. But Addo-Carr is so quick that he gets the benefit of the doubt here. And what a celebration that was. What a moment for those kids who got the seat in the front row to be able to join in that celebration as Aaron Clark and the number 14 jumper you saw in the background there preparing to come on after being a starter last week in the lock role. About Jojo Fafita putting his hand up.
We come from nowhere.
In the speed category from the other wing.
Well, I don't think Addo-Carr saw him out of the corner of the eye until it was late. Put the foot down a little bit harder.
A test for Burton. Remain perfect today. Oh, he does in some style. 20 points to 6. And the Bulldogs go past that 18-point barrier yet again. 7th time in 8 games since the bye. And we're only 25 minutes in here. So there he is, foot on the line. He sees the ball going towards the dummy half, but by definition probably takes off before it has cleared the ruck.
You know what changed it? It looked like they were going to go to the left-hand side, and the dummy half picked the ball up and then went back the blind. So that give you that bit of split second there to make the decision. I'm going to go with it. I think he's quick enough to do that. They look to the other side of the ruck there.
Here he is, fresh on. Tavita Pangai Jr. against Tino. And they want to finish this one. Referee gets involved and it's about to kick off after Tavita Pangai Jr.'s first touch of the ball game.
Oh, how good is it?
Tackle, boy.
Well, he got me out of my seat there. Love it when they go after each other. Legally, of course. He picked him out too, straight at Tino. Was that a shoulder charge?
There weren't a lot of arms involved. Watch this space. That's the first coming together. Tino Fasuamala-Awi read what Tavita Pangai Jr. said, heading into this game, fuse was lit, and we just saw it really ignite here. Here he goes again. Fasaur Mala'awi, third or fourth man in. Flanagan. Faitala Mariner keeps on knocking on the door on that left edge. Marshall King already a try scorer. Goes to Flanagan, just teases the pass to Max King, and there's no reward here. He's held up, and that's a handover.
Oh, I tell you what I like. The players in motion there in that set play there from the Dogs. Unfortunate not to score there.
Now make it left.
It's King again, twice in that set. Some good football, aren't they, the Dogs? Good to watch.
Surrender. Stand there, hold it, Jeremy.
Sorry to report that Tino Fasaur Mala'awi has left for a break. Taking off behind the goals as Philip Sami picks up amazing metres on that run. Replaced by Jamin Jolliffe.
Here, boys, here.
Big Tina.
Tell you what, he had 10 runs in his first stint too. Didn't shy away from it, the contest. Great effort.
So Aaron Clark goes into that lock roll again. Booth still on the ground playing as the dummy half, and Clark's performance last week was given rave reviews as he started ahead of Fasaur Mala'awi, who was coming off the Origin exertions. Casey in that fullback role, a position that he's played for Mounties 10 times last year and once for the Bulldogs New South Wales Cup team this year. Not unfamiliar. Plenty of options to fill in for Avarillo this week, including Credence Toya, who's doing great things at the next level down as well. What a name that is to lead a Bulldogs revival in the years to come. Faitala Mariner, straight at Jolliffe.
Stand there and last word. Hold the outside here. Wait here.
Burton, look at the spiral. Brimson takes it on. And a clean catch by the fullback. He's got confidence levels that are off the charts, as we saw in the pre-game interview, AJ Brimson, and he made that look easy.
It was a great take, wasn't it? I think everyone, he's such a good hitter of the ball, Bert, and I reckon everyone watches the ball go up too. Not the fullback that time in Brimson. That was a great take.
Sami proving elusive in that centre role, isn't he? Back-to-back good runs. Here is Clark, ball playing responsibilities. Great read defensively, but shot missed Brimson, or bounced away at least. We didn't find Sexton. Booth accepted the pass and got some kind of kick away. Decent starting position this on this set, as Casey brought it back. Opportunity for Carraz. Here comes Brimson. Race onto the corner. Brilliant tackle from the Titans fullback. Rounded him up just in the nick of time. But it's still on for the Dogs. Marshall King, offload for Burton. What a show they're putting on in the first half. And Marshall King, a try, and now the try assist for Burton.
Just look at the way that he explodes through the two defenders, in between them, Marshall King I'm talking. And then Burton just stays alive. He gets the offload. Here's the break. Karazides, look at the speed. Just fends away from Tanner Boyd. And what about this for a tackle? That's legendary stuff there from the fullback. Jeez, I don't know whether he was putting a touch there before he got the ball back in field. But here it is. Marshall King, just watch him explode in between two players. Arms free, second man play. Burton scores. It's a carve up.
Sets him up for a try in game number 50.
Tell you what the problem is with the Titans, in my view. Their kicking game is poor. Tanner Boyd and Sexton. There's no real thought process going into it. Being able to trap the inexperienced fullback for the Dogs. They're in again.
Not sure where that celebratory kick wound up, but it might have gone out of the stadium block when Burton gets hold of it from outside the in-goal area.
I don't think we talk enough about the tackle there from Brimson. I know at the end of the day, the next play, the Dogs score, and rightfully so. Should be staying on the play, but that was something special there from Brimson.
So to convert his own try, and they've been going up in sixes more often than not today after taking the early shot at penalty goal, had the 2-0 lead, and they've been building on that. Adds the extras again. The Bulldogs fans have come here in good numbers today on a sunny Sydney afternoon, liking what they're seeing. But this Carraz, look at the balance when he goes through the line here, and we just want to clarify, I think he's okay. Brimson taking him over the touchline, but he gets the ball away in time here as we slow it down. And yep, legs are airborne before he gets rid of it there, Block.
Yeah, that was great camera work, wasn't it? But we go to the finish of the play here. Marshall King, he's been a player for them this season. Oh, filthy there, letting him go up to...
Short kick off, it was on, but he got too much of it, and Burton, what a tidy up effort that is as he cops some knees in the back for his trouble. How's the action, Jakey? Entertaining enough for you?
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere is fantastic, guys. You wouldn't know these two teams are down the bottom of the ladder. The Bulldogs fans are absolutely loving it, and they're loving Jacob Carraz. What a player he is. He's busted 43 tackles this year. Such a find on that wing spot, and he's signed till 2024, so he's a player of the future for them.
And a Lebanon international. Ready for a World Cup at the end of the year.
That's it, they're starting to play a little bit of footy now. The Dogs, offloading ability.
Burton played at here, so there's 6 more if he tidies up. Shop, a little bobble was spotted by the eagle-eyed Ben Cummins.
Knock on.
And Shop had 2 cracks at it, I'm with him.
We've got a scrum.
Just mixing their kicking game up a little bit this time. The grubber in behind. There's Burton cleaning up off the kickoff. Up the short side, just
Jerry,
mixing that up.
I'm back to tackle 1. I've got a charge down. Bulldogs are challenging the knock-on by Addo Carr.
Mistaken identity there.
That's what he's challenging.
Aaron Shop, who tried to tidy up.
A little bit of a difference too, isn't he?
Oh, shoot, sorry, shoot.
That's it.
Shoot.
Corrected himself. Well done.
Shoop/Shop.
Yep.
Josh.
Yep. Bulldogs chasers are onside. Ball is charged down, restarting the tackle count.
Now he turns his body here. I think there's a double little attempt to pick up, and that'll constitute a knock-on.
Aaron Shop then knocks the ball on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Aaron Shop knocks the ball towards himself.
First one when he knocked it down.
That's a charge down off the kick, yeah. It's not a knock-on, yeah. Yeah, scrum.
It went about 8 metres backwards as well, the charge down. They've had a pretty good half, the Dogs, but they got that one wrong and burned their captain's challenge.
Yeah, it's a problem too. You got to be 100% sure when you make that call. The Titans have got to somehow get up the other end of the field, put some pressure on. They scored the 1 try in the first half here. They've really fell down with their kicking game.
Leaving Corey right here. Tavita. Hold here. Hold. Locked in. One, you're locking him in.
Oh! Massive hit. Jolliffe confronted front on. Credit to him to get some metres after contact, but Herman, SASA, was lining him up from a long way out.
Hold! Release Tavita.
I beg your pardon, Joe Stimson.
Stimson
in the number 16 jumper.
Tell these both sides that they're playing for nothing. Some great collisions so far.
Fermor trying to get through the tackle of Burton.
Here now, here. All the way. Play it. Go.
Sexton, decent kick here. Pressure. Oh, he's done it again in a fan favourite, Jacob Carraz.
How good's that? Just watch the way that he attacked the ball. Pretty difficult. He's on the run there. Leaps in the air and takes it. Doesn't sit back and rest on his laurels after he made that 60-metre break. Still wants to be involved in the game.
9 games into his career, the 20-year-old. What a talent. Haven't played finals since 2016, but things are looking up heading into 2023, aren't they, for the Dogs, who get the likes of Reed Marnie and Willie Army kick out to come to town.
Josh Jackson, has he been hit around the melon here?
Yep.
There's the high one. Yep, that's a bad one. That'll be put on report. I'll get the penalty.
Yep.
That's from Jolliffe. Hasn't been on the field that long. One thing about Josh Jackson, he doesn't lay down. He was stunned by that.
What a weapon to find touch. Burton picks up big metres. And the expectation is from these Bulldogs fans that there's another try coming here. There's no way through. Brimson closing the door on Jackson. Almost over. He's centimetres short. Ben Cummins might go upstairs and check it all out.
Jerry. Tackle 3. Okay, I have no try.
We reckon he's got a bit of the chalk here.
Yeah, Stimson, who pulled off that big hit moments ago, is celebrating the meat pie here.
Could be the try celebration. He might be just gamming here. Runs over the top. He's had a couple of big hits here since he's come on.
Just looking to see if Joe Stimson gets the ball to the line.
Just only needs to be a little bit of that white line on the ball.
Thanks, David. Thanks, mate.
He's celebrating. He thinks he scores.
Yeah. Yep, just looking at all available angles to see if we can see definitively where the ball gets to.
Short, you reckon?
Yeah, conclusive evidence required, of course. The on-field call was no try.
I think he's just short.
There is no angle to suggest that the ball has got to the line. The live decision will be supported.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
They're all back in position, the Bulldogs. Ready to go again. No try.
Okay, held up.
He has scored 11 tries throughout his career, but he was desperate for that one.
Here.
Plays it a metre out. Here he comes, Pangai Jr. taking on all comers, and well done to Sexton to hold him up initially. Burton moving it on to Flanagan. Almost putting Stimson through a hole. Now Flanagan. What a pass! Carraz in the corner against Jojo Fafita, keeping those legs airborne again. 30 points in the first half. It's their most in a first half in 6 years.
Yeah, that's some sort of pass from Kyle Flanagan.
6. No try.
No try
Can you
again.
confirm he goes into touch there, please?
What about the pass over the top?
Jacob Carraz. Yeah.
So we're going to see if Jacob Carraz remains in the field of play before grounding the ball.
He's out.
Yep. Jacob Carraz puts a foot on the touching goal line.
Some sort of play from Fafita. Great
the
strength shown.
The 19-year-old with a try saver.
Just holding that case.
For a team that has struggled defensively and some damage done in attempting to put it down for Carraz, but he'll soldier on.
No tackle.
It's the first time they got to 20 points in a first half in 3 years. And their most in 6 years now that they've gotten to 26. There is Essa. Clark saw space up the middle. And Pangai Jr. able to finish off Jolliffe and then knock the ball out, and he was not square at marker.
Watch him there, watch him.
Booth out of his weight division.
Don't go in, don't go in. Yeah, I got it, David.
You don't need much to light the fuse of Big Pangai, do you? Just said something to him there, Booth. I don't think I'll be mouthing off on 26-6 down.
He's just made for a boxing career, isn't he, with a junior at the end of it. Tavita Pangai Jr. for the ring announcers.
But they generally double up, don't they?
Junior. It's all action when he's on the ground.
Go.
He'll be on main event before you know it. Confronts Jolliffe again, who bounced his way around the corner. Clark puts his man through a hole. Essay, and the defensive work from the Dogs, able to turn him on his side. I think they've done the job.
Is that Declan Casey with that tackle? What about that for a tackle? Geez, we've seen some pearlers in the first half. Try saver. Well done to the kid.
Back here.
Didn't have the greatest of debuts a couple of weeks ago against the Sharks, but good on him. That's a great tackle.
Can you check whether he gets the ball down then?
Yeah, Casey's played right wing, left centre and fullback in his first 3 games, showing his versatility.
Just checking it, mate.
Looking to see if Herman Essa gets the ball to the ground in the in goal. Ball is initially up.
No way does he.
Just wait there.
Cole Flanagan did well too to come in and assist. They just rolled him over just at the last second. Ball was never on the ground.
Ball is up initially and remains up.
Aaron, tackle 3. Just wait there.
Great effort by Casey against the much bigger man who was at full speed, fully wound up, was Essa, who has to play it now 10 out. Tanner Boyd waits short side, but they go open for Clark, who's done some nice things in that ball playing role. Little kick in behind, and it sits up nicely for Fafita. 4th try of the season. And a bonus try before half-time for the Titans.
Can you imagine that charging at you with a little grubber kick in and behind? Fafita gets the bounce. There's a second man play there. Sexton with the grubber kick. He's onside, nice and level. Nice bounce for him too. That's what he can do. Titans score on the stroke of half-time.
.34th try overall in his career. Gives them some hope heading into the second half. trying to turn this one around. So much niggle in this game as well that could all explode in the second 40 the way it's been going, Block.
You want to see a contest, don't you? So both sides have been going at it. Some strong defence, I would say, especially around the middle, but the Bulldogs have been able to just to pull this opposition apart. It's a good time to score for the Titans right on half-time, but unfortunately for the Doggies, got pulled up a couple of times up the other end too, so good time to score for them.
Won't swing back enough for Sexton, so a 16-point deficit for the Titans as we appear set to head to half-time after one more play.
Down by 16, guys. You have to wonder how the Titans use Jaden Campbell in this second half. He's sitting on the bench, the enigmatic fullback. He's a real strike player for them. We haven't seen him yet, but they're down by 16 and they need some kind of result here. I wonder how he'll be used.
He's wondering the same thing. I think he was having a yawn before we got to him on camera there.
Well, if you're behind like that, maybe you put him back to fullback and put Brimson up to 5'8", 2 attacking players. So we'll see what they do.
One final play before half-time, and the Bulldogs have absolutely dominated the first 40. They lead it 26 points to 10.
Got us, Jerry.
The Fox.
Come on, you're on.
They love him.
I haven't got Jerry's spot.
Hunting another hat-trick.
Okay.
Away we go in the second half. The potential for this thing to explode with this guy on the ground. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui will wait for him to return to take on Pangai Jr. at some stage again. There's people in the media box writing articles just about that battle today, Block.
How good is it? I mean, look, I love it when there's two guys going at it and trying to get on top of each other. Legally, of course, but nothing wrong with a bit of physicality in a contact sport.
There he goes again. Good safe take from Thompson. Got his hands full with Addo-Carr. Did well not to drag him into touch. That would have been a penalty.
Just waiting to see Corey Thompson with some of those evasive runs we've become accustomed to. Got enough good players in their side. If they get Campbell on the field, they've got to be thinking attack now, the Titans.
Aaron Clark taking them on. Boyd using Sami, who was tough to contain in the later stages of that first half. Good purchase on that from Sexton, and an easy take for the Bulldogs custodian today, Declan Casey. Another an important try saver made in that first half as well. There's Carraz, who's run off that ankle issue.
I think a lot of people see the work that Addo-Carr does at the back end of the field. We know when he gets the ball and into space.
Left behind. It was a tough pass together for Pangai as we check in with Jake Duke on the sideline.
Yeah, Titans coach Justin Holbrook. He's a lot of pressure on him with this second half, and he's down on the sideline now riding this second half for his team. He just wants them to show some composure. There's plenty of time to get back into this one. While Bulldogs coach Mick Potter, he said he's expecting a Titans ambush. He just wants them to tighten up their defence and not get sucked into the niggle that's been going on in this game. Just play footy finish the match off. And we just saw Tavita Pangai Jr. there. He is back on the field now. He was taken off just before half-time. That was actually for a HIA. He passed and has now returned.
Yeah, utilising those minutes in the half-time break to serve the required time.
Just hold there. Okay, Aaron. Oh, break.
Boyd off the back of the scrum. Titans getting creative for Brimson.
Hold! Stand down!
Racked up more than 200 metres last week against the Broncos. The Titans number 1.
Right in there!
Here's Boyd again. And this time for Feeder. Hunting his second try of the afternoon. Clark doing some nice things in the middle of the ground for the Titans. Herbert eventually taken down by Burton. He'll play it on the last. Chipped up by Sexton. Who wants it? Off a Bulldog's head and kept alive cleverly by Jolliffe. 6 again is the cry.
Okay, we've got 6 again. Tackle 1.
Geez, I'm glad they hadn't had a look at that. Just straight away the referee makes the decision. Advantage to the attacking team. They didn't go up and have a look at it. Here they go. Try and hang on here, the Bulldogs. Titans last to score in the first half.
So Booth plays it at the start of a fresh set.
Joe now! Hurry up! Boys, yeah, play the ball.
Clark. And Fermor, they were ready and waiting for him.
Right, man!
Paul Clark was an awkward tackle for Marshall King and kept alive. The Titans with the offloads now. For Feeder, a little bit of room to move, but the Bulldogs' defence was strong. From side to side go the Gold Coast. And Fermor with some footwork. Good signs here of a potential comeback in the second 40. Little double pump from Clark. Oh! Intercepts! Addo Carr! Jojo for Feeder, no hope this time, but he's not giving up. Another hat-trick for Josh Addo Carr. And the celebrations are off the charts today from the Fox.
And why wouldn't they be? You can put that down to instinct. The first one, a little bit controversial, but was shown that he was onside. This time gets himself up in the line. Give a rap to Braden Burns too. The couple of tackles he's made on David Fafita early in this second half have been one-on-one and they've been special. But this guy, look at him, just gets up in that line, anticipation, instinct, whatever you want to call it. Once he gets the ball, how good is it watching him in motion, scores the try, celebrates. Addo Carr gets another one.
7th career hat-trick, 2nd as a Bulldog. And he dodged a projectile there midway through his journey as well. Had to watch out on both sides, did Addo Carr. Don't want to see that, do we?
Well, I hope they find the imbecile that did that. Get him out of the ground.
He is the Bulldogs Superman today. Josh Addo Carr closing in on 150 career games and a 7th career hat-trick. How many is he going to wind up with at the end of his career? Just 26 years of age, and just brings great energy each and every week. So they absorbed plenty of pressure at the other end, and Addo Carr has run 95 metres for 1 try. Another 80 metres for that one. His run meters already blocked. 260 metres run today. More than half an hour to go as Burton adds 2 more. 32 points to 10.
What a smile on the Foxes' face. He's having an afternoon out, is Josh Adokar. That's 14 tries in 16 games, and he hadn't actually scored for 3 weeks heading into this game. The last time he scored was a hat-trick against the Eels back in round 14, so he is back on the try scorers list tonight. Too fast, and he gets the Bulldogs even further in front with the celebration there, the bit of a Superman tear in front of the fans. They're loving it. Just a little bit of a downside there for the Bulldogs while that was going on. Jeremy Marshall-King came off for a HIA. Zach Docker-Clay in action.
You talk about 260 running metres for Adokar. 200 of them have been untouched.
He's already set his PB. 247 was his personal best heading into today, and he smashed through that barrier with that try. Docker-Clay, the new dummy half. They're heading the Foxes' way again. He's maintaining his width. And it doesn't get to him. Shot, coughed it up in the end. And immediately Adokar just said, forget about it, to Aaron Schopp, get back in the defensive line, and we move on.
I reckon he'd be great for those young blokes too, with all his experience from the Melbourne Storm. Very vocal out there, Adokar.
Clark now assuming dummy half responsibilities. Tanner Boyd, another option there as well, as Booth has left the arena. And Jaden Campbell on as well, so the interchange bench is being worked hard here by the respective coaches. Here's Brimson, trying to find a way through. Danger of running behind for Fafita at one stage. Sexton hangs it up, batted back for Campbell. He knows he's got his winger out there, but he couldn't find him, and Sexton is swamped.
That's good defence there for the Dogs. Getting ball watch. Throwing caution to the wind now, the Titans. Just keep coming up to put the pressure on. They get the football back now, the Dogs.
All kinds of pressure on Justin Holbrook now, coaching from the sideline. After watching from upstairs in the first half. Don't forget, game 2 on our Sunday ticket, the Cowboys against the West Tigers. Coming up from North Queensland.
I've got 2, yep.
It's a penalty coming up here. SASA will be placed on report for this work on Braden Burns.
Looks like Campbell's gone back to fullback. Tanner Boyd in the dummy half. Brimson into the halves. See him.
Concussion check for Braden Burns. And he's okay after copping the crusher. SASA thinks he's got nothing to worry about, judging by his reaction. It did give the Bulldogs the opportunity to find touch once more.
Wait for the tap here. Wait! Go. Hold! 10 off. Here, Herman, and hold, mate. Go.
Hangai Jr. Burton getting shot back on the angle.
Here, boys, right here. Hold, Herman. Go 2.
Flanagan. Hangai Jr. once more. Got rid of Fermor first time around. Tanner Boyd making sure that ball wasn't loose, but he got an offload away after the call of held.
He's a handful, isn't he? There were 4 players around him then.
Go 3.
He was leading the offload count by 9 across the comp heading into this round. There's Faitala Mariner. Had a great start to this game. Shop out of dummy half. in the moment. Addo Carr into acting dummy half for Burton to stab one in behind, and it rolled the way of the Titans for a 7-tackle set.
Yeah, they put some pressure on him there. Burton didn't have the time that he's usually got.
You're coming.
A little bit too much on that one. I think he was aiming for the upright there, but the ball missed, goes dead in goal. 7-tackle set now, the Titans.
Kyle, lock in. Hold his Zach. Push.
Clark's been doing some great work, and he earns his side a penalty
that's
here.
the mark, don't go to. That's the mark, mate.
Sexton bites off plenty with the touch finder, and they'll start 25 out here.
They've had some good field position to start this second half, apart from the Addo Carr intercept. They've had all the ball down this end, the Titans.
Just release.
Heading towards Fafita's side again. They used him as a decoy this time. Looking dangerous already. Here's Jaden Campbell. Clark, bit of footwork in the middle this time. Sexton throws the cutout ball. Addo Carr is hunting intercepts. He's already taken 2 to the house. Signalling for the kick was Brimson. Chance still! And Sami got there, I think. It's done some damage, but Philip Sami gets the try. Flanagan got a shocking bounce.
It was a terrible bounce there. He got himself in the right position there, Flanagan, but the ball bounced away from him. Sami with a good chase. As I mentioned, they've had a lot of ball down this end to start the second half. Look at that for a horrible bounce. Sami gets there.
The kick intended for Brimson, and Sami was just an observer following up for a moment there, and then all of a sudden he sensed that he was a chance to finish it off, and that's the way it wound up for his 40th try. Bulldogs fans watching that replay on the big screen think there's still hope it could get taken off Sami, but it's okay to put down, isn't it, Paul?
Oh, I think it was. I don't think there was any separation there. A cow of a bounce there for Flanagan.
Scored in each and every game against the Bulldogs, and 4 tries in 3 games at this venue. But he's sore after that one. And Sexton to bring it back to a 16-point margin again. 32 points to 16. Well, Harvey Norman Women in League round returns next week, round 20 of the NRL Premiership. The NRL will be celebrating those who are playing their part to rewrite the story of rugby league in Australia. From the women breaking tackles on the field to those breaking glass ceilings in the boardroom. The mums and dads who coach the junior teams and the daughters who play in them, they're playing their part. How will you play yours?
Declan, you have to go off, mate.
Always a great round. So much going on throughout the week in the lead up to the footy on Thursday night and right across round 20.
It's going to be a little bit of a reshuffle too. I think Declan Casey has been taken from the field with a head knock. The Doc's on the sideline.
Which doctor? Okay. Just talk to him, mate.
He's still out there at the moment.
Hey? I don't know. So it's fine to stay on?
Communication a bit of an issue at the moment. Ben Cummins talking to the bunker.
Yeah, it's checked in.
And he's okay to stay on. Not set for the head injury assessment after all. What can they do off the back of points? Jolliffe turning his body to brace for contact.
Hold his Zach. Wait there, wait.
It's an awkward tackle the way Jackson was sat on his backside by Fafita. Goes again as Jackson gets involved in the follow-up. Almost copped a stray elbow from his teammate. Josh Jackson in the wars today. Clark, busy again. Jolliffe, back to Clark. There's plenty of space now. What can they do with it? Sami gives it to Jojo. He did the disciplined thing, ran away from that sideline. Still another play up their sleeve. They keep it in the hands for now. Dropped on the boot stylishly by Jaden Campbell, and they get a repeat set out of it. Brilliant set off the back of points.
Starting a little bit of ball movement there from the Titans. Aaron Clark it was. And that ball playing lock forward roll now. There's the grubber kick in and behind there from Brimson. You want your big players touching the ball there. The big moments. They'll get the ball back, the Titans. Can they go back to back?
Jeremy Marshall-King has passed his HIA, guys. He will be able to return in about 3 minutes.
Can they get there? Burton gave it some height, but Fafita stepped up in time and stepped out of a tackle. SASA had the arm free, but takes the tackle. Brimson for Sexton. And they wrap him up for Tyler Mariner and Burton. Campbell out of dummy half was so close. Great work at marker by Burton. Floating pass out in front of Clark. And now all the way out to Sami. Not down in time. Fafita for Boyd to go crossfield. Up they go. What a take that is! And the Titans have plenty of life now. The put down from Herbert after a spectacular take. And it's back to a 12-point margin kick to come.
Oh, that was some sort of take, wasn't it? They're starting to play a little bit of footy now, the Titans, since we've seen Campbell come on the field. They look a lot more exciting. There's the bomb, perfectly placed. Herbert jumps above the pack. It's a beautiful take. Back-to-back tries now to the Titans. She's game on now.
Had a little juggle to bring it down, but no Bulldogs hands in there to take it away, and you saw Herbert signalling to his teammates. That is number one. After a trying season, he finally has his first try in 2022.
Well, the Dogs are giving him a little bit of a sniff to get back into the game. As I mentioned, scored right on half-time now. A couple of tries in the second half. Take away the Addo Carr intercept, to run 180 metres to score. And they'll be feeling pretty confident. Got all the field position in the second half, and they've come away with a couple of tries.
And Sexton has those flags raised again. The Titans on the comeback trail, Jake Dew.
Yeah, Patrick Herbert, his first try since round 25 last season, and it gets the Titans back in this game. And right now they are staring down the barrel of an 8th straight loss. They've won just one of their last 13 games, and that was back in Magic Round. And it was inspired by that man you were talking about, Block, Jaden Campbell, in that game against the Dragons. He had 13 tackle busts in that one. Can he help spark them into a massive comeback here? That man, Justin Holbrook, is really hoping so, because he is under a fair bit of pressure, as you guys mentioned. So a big 21 minutes coming up here for the Titans.
Yeah, just watching Holbrook on the sideline, you can see how much this means to him. And here is that man, Campbell. They did trail 26 points to 6. but they're back within 10. And there's Herbert, inspired, ran over Marshall King. He's just back on the ground after that HIA. SASA has been running strongly. With his opportunities, up over 70 metres run now. And Clark, they found something with the new role for him in the last couple of weeks. Campbell. Bulldogs able to slow him down that time. Burns really tested the friendship, holding him down. Up goes Sami. Another spectacular take, this time by the left centre. But he's wrapped up at the end of it all.
It was a great take. Everyone competing for that high ball. Look at the Dogs. They're going to try and find some energy now. That's a good start to the set.
There's only been 2 comebacks from 20-plus point deficits this season. And Gold Coast have been on the receiving end of both of those. Can they dish out one of their own? Ball knocked out there by Fafita. It's deemed a knock on, and there's no more captain's challenge.
It was a nice tackle, strong tackle on Marshall King. He's just come back on the field.
Okay, we're down the middle. Scrum, clock's on.
Looked like in real time that he had a real slap at the footy here. And when you burn your captain's challenge in somewhat ridiculous fashion, you pay the price sometimes.
Clock's running. Let's go. Let's go. Find it in. Declan, make sure.
Interesting last quarter of the game coming up here before we head to North Queensland for the Cowboys against the Tigers to finish off the round. He's looking so sharp after that long-term hamstring issue. Jaden Campbell is called JC by his coach. He might be able to work a bit of magic here on the Sunday. Yeah, JC.
It's a good call to get Big Tino back out there with 18.5 to go. See if he can lift his side. The skipper.
And Clark gets him involved. Grimson waits on the left. King back on to take him down. Sexton. Oh, what a read that was from Burton, and the pickup was mighty impressive.
No, he's a footy player. I reckon he jumps up before it was even kicked there, Burton. Just understands the game.
Otherwise, Jolliffe was in business on the chase.
It's Carraz again, just coming in field to make some yards for the Dogs with the offload. It's an impressive kid.
Pass out in front of Jackson, did well to hold on.
Last one, ball. Here, Tino, hold, Tino. Hold.
Bulldogs might need some more points to open their 32. Around the Tigers fighting back here. The chaser called out of it. It was Flanagan who was in front of Burton when he unleashed his latest bomb. He's 19 years of age, Jojo Fafita, doing some great things already in his first couple of games. Fodawaker returns. Trying to create an overlap, but they were a little late getting up outside of Herbert that time. Thompson goes from dummy half, and he's hunted down by Burton from marker. Fans enjoyed that work. That's a decent height. The hit from Campbell. Oh, and the timing was fantastic from Fafita, but Casey held on through it all.
He's trying to make a difference for Fafita. There was a man that loosened the ball just a little bit early on Marshall King, and then a good chase. I'd like to see his attack. See him get deep and run on the ball. A lot of the times he gets it flat-footed. Makes it pretty easy for the defence.
Just the intercept from Addo-Carr for points in this second half so far from the Dogs. But here they come again. He might get number 4. Addo-Carr, they roared for him, but he does the team thing and provides the try assist this time. Burton has a double in his 50th game.
I can't hear.
And they've got breathing room again, big time, the Bulldogs.
Gee, they're good when they get on the outside of teams, and the combination between Burton and Addo-Carr. I reckon Addo-Carr could have scored himself there. Not a selfish player, gets the ball back inside to Burton. Don't forget down the other end of the field, it was Burton to come away with that beautiful read on a kick. Cleaned up there, look at this, straightens up. Addo-Carr could have scored here, I reckon. Burton just gets the ball back on the inside and he scores.
He's got one career hat-trick, Matt Burton. Back in Dubbo against Souths. In his Penrith days. Back in his hometown area. Very popular figure out there is Matty Burton. And he might just come up with a hat-trick the way he's going today.
You with me? Do you reckon Addo-Carr could have scored there?
Oh, definitely. The crowd was letting you know. They were roaring for his 4th.
What a team, man.
Burton taking this one back a good 25 metres to open up the angle. 6 from 6 with the boot. 2 tries.
Not a bad afternoon out in your 50th.
Think back to the start of the season when they struggled, failed to score more than 18 points in the first 10 rounds. And they've doubled that already in this one. They've got the Knights next week in Newcastle when Paul Vaughan will play his 200th game. Fancy doing some damage up there in the Hunter.
Oh, no.
And he has missed one. 6 from 7 with the boot. A rare blemish from Burton today, but so exciting to watch Addo-Carr. When he received this pass, the fans started roaring, but he saw Campbell in cover and he thought, I'll make a bird of it and give it to Burton.
Showed his strength too to finish off there, Burton. Saxton got across there to make the tackle, but just rolls over, slams it down.
It's been a points fest, 58 already. And that's how the tries have gone down so far as the Titans chance their arm, and Fafita, the Fafita connection, Jojo for David, who skipped out of a tackle of Jackson in trademark fashion. It's amazing how often these short kickoffs come off. They've got depth on the right-hand side. Clark ran into Jackson. Fasor Malaawi. Hearing those boos again is Tina. Oh, they hunted another intercept, didn't get it this time. Jojo Fafita has his first try in the NRL, the first of many. He made the short kickoff work, and now he turns it into another try for the Titans.
I think it's Brimson with the pass over the top. Good to see. Gee, he deserves a try for Fafita. His effort, the short kickoff, they got the football back. This for a tackle from Burton. Watch this. On big Fafita. Put his body on the line there, but at the end of that set, come back up the short side. This is the money ball. This pass over the top. Fafita scores. Good finish. Chased everything here this afternoon, the young fella. And gets a reward with a try.
was Braden Burns who tried to produce the intercept, didn't get there in time, and denied by the post is Sexton. It's a 10-point margin again, 12 to go. Jakey.
Yeah, Jojo Defeater, he's only 19 years old and he ran for 186 metres on debut last week, the most ever for the Titans. He gets over here in the corner to keep this game somewhat alive. There is still 12 minutes left and he is a young rising star for this kid, a bright spot in what's been a sombre season for the Titans. He's played 8 games for the Tweed Seagulls in the Queensland Cup this year, scoring 7 tries, but that's his first in the Titans colours.
We saw him in that under-19s Origin encounter as well at Leichhardt Oval when Queensland came up short against the very impressive New South Wales side. He's destined for big things, the teenager. Another check for the fullback, and he's passed it again.
He's in the wars.
On your run. When you're ready, Matt.
Ready to come off the back fence. Fasua Mala'awi. Not going his way this time though. It'll be Fodawaker's turn. Tino on play 2. Plenty of time. The way this game's been going for the Titans to force a grandstand finish. Ball comes loose here. Fermor is saying captain's challenge, and they've still got theirs up their sleeve.
Tell you what, there was some nice contact over the top there.
Jerry, captain's challenge. Titans are challenging the knock-on, saying there's a strip in there.
Fermor was adamant.
It's looking to see if there is any stripping action. The Bulldogs defender is just making a tackle,
I don't think he stripped
and the ball is knocked on.
Jammed on the footy, but not a strip.
I'm saying that the contact over the top was excellent.
Where would you like it, Kyle?
Shot it was. You're thinking the coach will be thinking there's a few calls that haven't gone our way here this afternoon, but the defence has been brittle, hasn't been good enough.
Just make sure they line you in. Jeremy, head in, ask out. Nice and tight, Aaron. Hey, Jaden.
Bulldogs will start 30 metres out. There's more tackles than the Titans today. It's handy when 12 points have come via those Addo Carr intercepts, and that's the difference maker today. Marshall King forced by the push in the scrum to go down that short side. Tala Mariner strong running, kept the legs pumping to take them inside the red zone. Marshall King not afraid to take the line on, already a try scorer today. There is Paul Vaughan, who'll pick up 200 games next week. King! Legs tackle important from Fasua Mala'awi. Now Burton throwing dummies! He thought it was going to open up, but there was plenty of backup for the Titans, who stand tall that time defensively.
See, I like it when he backs himself too. Burton couldn't quite get there that time. I mentioned a little bit earlier, he's had an afternoon out. A quality player. Even this season, 16 forced dropouts he's been able to achieve for the Dogs.
Have not missed the hit up for home fans. Strong work by Clark. Nothing expansive yet on this set. Chasing the game. High Play in the air from Brimson. Addo-Carr fumbles and gives up a fresh set.
6 to go, 0.
They are still very much in the ball game, the Titans. Opportunity knocks on this set for Sexton to Campbell. Fermor running strongly, the legs tackle outstanding from shot. Quick play the ball though for Campbell to go to work. Ball comes loose. And communication between Ben Cummins and his touch judges, and they rule that all above board from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just trying to do a little bit too much there, Campbell. Exciting player when he does get the ball. A great leg speed. Just tried to do a little bit too much that time. Vaughan. He's had a pretty good afternoon too, just nigh on 100 metres for the Bulldogs.
Offload from Faitala Mariner. Second in the comp across the entire season, averaging more than 11 a game in the offloads category, the Bulldogs. Burton down that short side, keeping it low this time. And the game management on display, leading by 10 with 8 to go.
Yeah, just a nice little walk to the scrum now. See how urgent the Titans are to get back and form that scrum, or the turnover, sorry. See if they're urgent enough to get that behind the ball and just keep trying to run this Bulldog side around.
What about that pass to Brimson out on the sideline? Bulldogs able to round him up before he did too much damage. And they get to Fafita as well. Clark for Sexton. Fermor always takes the line on, but through the hands may have tested the Dogs there with 3 men outside him. Through the legs of Fodawaker. Able to tidy up in time, the big man. He played that cleverly. It was a shocking pass.
Last one, leave it, Max.
Sami trying to get there again. Was he taken out? No, the block was legal.
I like Aaron Clark playing that lock forward, that link position, that ball playing that you see a lot of the NRL players or teams doing now. English style, ball playing locks. He's been good for the Titans.
Next few weeks for them, the Raiders, the Storm, and then Manly. So a tough run. Canberra buoyed by their victory yesterday. Burton goes aerial. Addo-Carr is there in time. The take is outstanding though from Thompson. And does the little things right, Corey Thompson gets them back nigh on halfway. Had the bumper bars up on Vaughan that time. Bettina. Sami inside the 20. 2 more plays on this set. You feel like they need to score on one of their next 2 sets, the Titans. They're a little gun shy heading out towards Addo-Carr's wing now with ball in hand. They come the other way. Carraz, outstanding under the high ball again.
He's a good player, isn't he? So what we're going to talk about for a long time. Carraz takes it beautifully, under pressure. Great at the back end of the field. Always willing to take the ball up.
Don't forget the Cowboys against the West Tigers next on your Sunday ticket. What about the Origin heroes returning today? Nanai, Taulungi, Dearden and Holmes for the home team.
You have to say it like that. My team, you know, the time.
Since you got a little quiet there, Block. Vaughan, strong run. King off the back of it. Oh! Fodawaker targeting the ball, trying to jolt it free, and Stimson able to hold on after a massive hit. Riddell plays it. Burton, little kick in behind. Shot looking to time his run, and Thompson pulls the right rein again. 7 tackle set.
Oh, he did well not to play it there, Thompson. Trying to get up, get on with the game.
Titans getting Isaac Liu back out there with 3.5 minutes to go. All of his experience gained at the Roosters to help try and inspire his team here. Saul is trying to force an offload, but King saw to that. Here comes Isaac. Time ticking away for the visitors. So hard to take down. His Clark kept his feet through it all. Brimson out the back. Campbell couldn't turn it back inside for Sami, but there's plays left in this set. Do the teammates know the kick's coming? I don't think so. Sexton with no one else on the same page. 3 Bulldogs there to take it and get the 7 tackle set, but it's some friendly fire in the end.
Just about to say that. They read it beautifully, didn't they, the Dogs? The ball was kicked high enough in the air there from Sexton. And as you said, the Bulldogs desperate to get around that ball. You hope he's all right here. Burton, it is down. He's checking his knee.
Casey saying to his teammates, that's my role as fullback, but coming right down his full weight on the Burton legs. Oh. He's working his way back into the action is Burton. Great signs. And O'Carr, what a performance today. Take those 2 intercept tries away, and it's a different contest here.
Marcus, push up!
Inside the final 2 minutes.
Release, here now, here, play it.
Bulldogs looking to pull 2 wins clear of bottom spot and jump up to 12th here. They did most of the damage in that first half. Marshall King was among the stars, and he's happy to hand it over a couple of metres out.
Yeah, it's not a bad position there for the Dogs. The Titans only a couple of metres out from their own line. They look like they're done to me. The Titans. Big effort here. Get themselves somewhat back into the game after being behind 26-10 at half time. They haven't stopped trying.
Release, Paul, here, Paul.
There's Patolo out there again. Turned 21 yesterday. He'll be able to celebrate that little milestone tonight, perhaps, after replacing Pangai when he went to the HIA earlier in this game and getting a late run out. I saw Mala'awi with the offload. Titans have to be perfect from here and kept alive. Brilliant interplay. Campbell fires it out to Fafita. And he'll try and keep it alive as well. Another interceptor. Tidied up by Carraz. Justin Holbrook, a frustrated figure. His team will slump to an 8th consecutive loss here. 3-15 their record after today. But the Bulldogs fans begin to stand and salute the performance of their team, who found plenty under Nick Potter, scoring points for fun, putting on a show at CommBank Stadium today, and running out 10-point winners in the end. Burton and Adokar outstanding. Full time. It's the Bulldogs 36, the Gold Coast Titans 26.